Which one?
You be like, where is you niggas' culture? Right? He would tell me what you want to do. Do you want to walk with them rotten mucks over there? Or do you want to walk with God? You can't walk with God and push your dirt unless you in there undercover to drag out the dirt. Right? Like a lot of this stuff we've been hearing from Jaguar Wright for years. But we thought because the way she talked with that vitriol and venom and vile, like she's been emotionally scarred and somebody's victim, we don't want to hear what she's saying, and she could be telling us the truth.
That's the thing. She has. And now she, psychoed everybody. So, a lot of people looking at her now, not knowing what to believe for real.
Yeah.
But you gotta use your discernment.
It's the same with Gene Deal.
Okay.
But look, when you go back, they asked Gene Deal, what you think is going on here? And Gene Deal's answer was, for me, man, it looked like they're coming to the conclusion of a Tupac conjuring. Let that sink in. Gene Deal, when they asked him about this before the lawsuit was filed or any of that, this was a little over a year ago, when they finally brought him and Jaguar Wright on the same panel. And they asked him right before that, what's going on with this? Talking about him, Jaguar Wright, and when they arrested Keefe D and a couple more things, he was like, look, it looked like it's the conclusion of a Tupac conjuring. We don't know how cold Tupac was yet.
No.
We about to find out how cold Tupac really was. We don't know yet. Because the grand finale haven't taken place.
Yeah. Ain't up to that part yet. Not just yet.
The same with Nip. We don't know how cold Nip was. Man, look, I had only been exposed to Nip about 90 days before that BS went down.
Yeah.
But when I first heard him, he was giving me some Tupac knocks in the speech. And he was one of my guys I listened to Tanique Reviews on YouTube. He was going over some Tupac stuff at the time, and I'm getting the knocks from Nip, and then boom. There's more to the story. People accusing, pointing fingers at Big U. They don't know what they talking about. Right? You can't point the fingers if you ain't part of the insider crew. You can stand on the outside and you can say what the house looked like on the outside, but you can't tell me how the living room decorated from outside the house with the curtains closed. There's
no way you can.
You can't. You can't tell me how the bedroom is decorated and you ain't never been in that motherfucker from the outside of the house. All you can tell me is externally, this is what it appears to be to me.
But the picture outside, yep.
And sometimes you might even be right. It might be a 10 speed in the living room. It just might be. But you ain't been in there, so you ain't 100% sure. So you either going off your instincts of intuition or you psychic.
Either, right?
Right? But the people inside the house, when they come out there and tell you, look, man, ain't no 10 speed in the living room. We got plush bear skin in the place of carpet. We got actual zebra stuff for furniture. They've been in there. They know what's in there. You ain't been in there and you want to tell them they don't know what they talking about. This is what we up against. People that suppose they know, but have no verification of the reality of what they saying. So you got all of these artists was talking in tribal code using the English language, and they was using the rap music. The rap music is ancient over here. They used to they made a parody in the 50s about us called Gopher Indians on Underdog, and they was laughing. They got the dude that's spitting the bars, the one feather chief, he's supposed to be rapping, but you needed the full feather chief to translate what he said. Nobody don't know what he said. It just sounded like gibberish. But the full feather chief know exactly what he's talking about. This is a parody about us in rap long before we had something called a hip hop culture.
Yep. That's why it comes so natural now.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing new under the sun.
Ain't nothing new under the sun. Everything we see been here before. All this shit has been recycled over and over again for time immemorial, because there is no memorial for the death of time. As we go by, so it has gone.
Yeah, but us being in this lockdown, you know, it's nothing but this until it be unlocked, until we break out of this for real.
Yeah. You got any more questions? Somebody else just asked to come up.
I appreciate what you do, man. Peace to you. I hit you up on Instagram off my business page because I'm unable to get on my main page, but I'll reach out to you on my business page.
Okay. I'm a little behind, so don't panic if I don't immediately respond.
No. Peace and strength to you, all right?
All right. Peace, God. Malakil. Iron Bush put the request in. I'm waiting on Michael L to come up, and after him I'll pull you up. Oh, he don't want to come up. Iron Bush, I'm gonna invite you in so you can ask me your questions. Send me a request, Zuri. I'll let you come up next. I'm letting Iron Bush about to come up now, I think. He asked me a question about pertaining to the collapse of the 3D. What's going on, Window Ford? So, you want to come up, Zuri? Iron Bush, I just sent to you. Got to accept. Okay. When I get done with him, I'll invite you up. Yeah, West Florida was all the way to Mississippi. That was all the land of flowers in the native tongue. It became Florida in English because Florida mean the land of flowers or the flower land, right? So we talk about East Florida, West Florida. We talk about Florida proper as in East Florida and Louisiana as in West Florida. But all of that was one governed land by the group that became known as the Iroquois Confederacy. And that's why they said that the Confederates ruled the South. They was talking about the tribal confederation of the Iroquois, which was made up of many varying different tribes, right? Malik El, I'm gonna try to let you in again, and then I'm gonna let Zuri up if you can't get in this time. Okay, I just sent you the invite. There you go.
Okay.
I can hear you, but I can't see you. I think your camera off.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me, fam?
I can hear you.
All right. Damn, it's good to hear your voice and to respond to you, at least, man. I appreciate you, fam. Can you see my face or you hear my voice?
No, we can't see you. I think your camera off.
All right. I'm gonna try to do it. I'm horrible with it. This phones. I'm old school.
Mm-hmm.
But
On
anyway,
top right.
long story short, I got it. Okay. Yeah, I got an echo on my end.
Okay, just go on and ask the question, and I'll take it from there.
Okay, I got a whole bunch of questions, but anyway, first of all, gratitude for all the work that you do. I really appreciate what you do.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Okay, that's what's up. In terms of how does Donald Trump uh, connect with all of this right now in terms of the connection with Big Mama and the whole Larry Hoover movement, pre-Larry Hoover movement? I mean, I'm trying to everything. I'm getting a little echo right now. I'm trying to put my thoughts together, but hopefully you got the question. How does that tie in? I'm also thinking about the relationship between.
Okay, let me repeat your question, and then I'm going into the answer. You said, what does Donald Trump have to do with what's going on with the Free Larry Hoover campaign, and what else? Can you hear me?
What? Everything that's tied in. I mean, I'm looking at how everything is connected, and I'm trying to see how everything just connects. It's just like everything is just like.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you how everything is in a spot performing a function. Donald J. Trump, what'd you say? Okay, they say I'm fading in and out. I'm gonna let you drop down, and I'm gonna start on this question of how it all tied together. I'm gonna try to give y'all an outline of where everything sit in this shit show that they running in front of us. All
All right,
right,
look.
go ahead. You don't say what you was gonna say.
I appreciate you, fam. I'm getting an echo, so I'm gonna let you
Okay,
do what you do. But gratitude, King.
all right,
PML.
all right. Peace to you. Okay, so a quick summary of how this is working out. So you have a political arena. That's a whole separate stage. That's the stage by itself, the political arena. In the political arena, they're running the show called the Democrat Republic. Um, it's Plato's Republic, and they're going up against the democracy, the mob, the rule of the mob. But when you say the rule of the mob, they tend to think that it's an uncontrolled mob. So the Democrat Party is blue, the Republican Party red. The Democrat is a mule, the Republican Party is an elephant. Okay, now these symbols are gonna pop up in other places if you're paying attention. But you got your political view is how you see the shit show play out. Okay, now you have a whole nother scene, right, called entertainment, which include actors, singers, dancers, talk show hosts, and believe it or not, nightly newscasters. Now this is a whole nother show. The entertainment realm is the realm of the distraction from the political realm, which is the distraction from your day-to-day life to instill something called a false hope. The political arena is to give you false hope. The entertainment industry is to make life tolerable while you living with a false hope, right? The business world is another stage. In the business world, their job is to orchestrate the supplies of the machine by getting you to participate as the workforce, which is the bottom of the business arena, the workforce. So while that's playing out, you have the religious world, right? And in the religious world, they give you the promise of the hereafter, but they never tell you hereafter what, right? That we supposed to all go to paradise. So now they got this other narrative. Now all of these narratives are mirroring each other, but it's like being in the carnival, you see it in a funny mirror. So the Kamala Harris is playing out the religious revelation horror Babylon. While that's being done, you have Puffy playing out the fall of the Pied Piper, so to speak. They call him the diddler, which means the fiddler, and the fiddler was on the rooftop. And the fiddler on the rooftop is trying to get the village's attention, but everybody think he crazy, or they think he too good for them, or that he think he too good for them. So they won't pay the fiddler on the roof no attention. So the fiddler on the roof only can get the attention of the ones who still have a childlike way of thinking, because now they, ooh, look, the fiddler's on the roof, ooh, right? So now while that's playing out, you got the fallout of people just trying to escape being exposed for the dirt that they did by one of these key figures collapsing from a position of prominence or power. These are all mirrored events taking place to give you a torn way of seeing the world, where you can never be balanced in determining what you're looking at, because you keep looking at everything through a carnival funny mirror. And then you know it's a mirror, but you don't understand the exaggerated part. What exaggeration does this mirror have that's different from the exaggeration of this mirror over here? So they're gonna look different on the surface, but they all telling the same story, and the story is gonna always tie back in the closing of that old system when everything finally comes to what's called the convergence point, right? It's all connected now. Everything converge. This is when the wave of everybody becomes a single-minded focus and collapses the particle on one atom. This alignment of the minds called the 100-monkey effect. And this 100-monkey effect has to trigger the collective to have a sudden awareness, right? And from there, you reach something called critical mass. Once you reach critical mass of those who perceive the resolution and the point where all things connect, that final point on all of these mirrors in the middle, it shatters the paradigm, and now the paradigm can shift. That means the old is done, the new is here. But until the people release the old, they dragging around a dead body. So all of this stuff is telling us Sleepy Joe, he don't know if he's alive or dead, right? The diddler in the on lockdown in the custody of the federal government, but we don't know if he alive or dead, right? Then you have the business world, the docks is closing, right? And that's because the baby's in the containers and we don't know if they alive or dead, right? Which tells you about the trafficking of the diddler, which is a microcosm, Harlem, of a macrocosm, the entertainment collective industry, from one coast, New York, to the other coast, LA, right? NYLA, Nyla. And Nyla is Black Girl Magic because Nyla is with Anaya, and Anaya brings the fire to burn this bitch down if her daddy don't get his shit. But when we get to the focal point is when we start seeing the fraud in all of the storylines. So now what are they doing to get us to see the fallacies in the storyline? First of all, anybody that don't know that they documented the fixing of the 2020 vote by following every person that they thought had the potential of hacking in to alter the result of the vote. They have the records, the video, the collusion plot on video, the dirty players who don't know they on video talking about the dirty game they was playing. And when you seeing all of these playing out, one storyline reflects another storyline with a slight alteration. And then that one is going to reflect another storyline, but it's going to have a slight alteration. Because when the mirror rule is same but different, that means it looked like the same thing, but it's slightly different. And the reason you need to know that is because you are in cycles and cycles, and you have to see coming out of a cycle all the things you've seen coming in upside down and backwards, which means it's altered, but it's still there. That means you've come full circle. It's time to exit, flip out of that cycle by not repeating the ending of the pattern that was adverse to your process and your progress. Now that you can see the loop that's repeating itself in one area, it becomes self-evident and you begin to see it in every aspect of life. Now it unfolds to you the deeper truths to the self, which exposes to you the deeper truths of the universe. So we have storylines taking place as people play out their book of life. The story that everybody wrote for themselves had to have overlapping pages with the other people that they destined to encounter. Because now, when you go through your book of life, you can begin to read it and you can actually rewrite it in 3D in your consciousness. And this is where you go to epigenetics and they talk about programming the subconscious. Before, under the old system, we couldn't figure it out because we were being programmed the same way epigenetics teaches you how to self-program, but we were being programmed by a political, socio-economic, entertainment agreement that we didn't even know we was in for somebody else to train us on how to perceive the world. And if they successful, we become the cog in the wheel and we not gonna even squeak about it if it gives us what's called a meager living. I mean, if you can meet your bare necessities, you're going to live that lifestyle. And if you live that lifestyle, that means that as you don't want to change it because you learned how to adapt to this one in order to make you comfortable where you at, so you won't be willing to change. Because Elijah Muhammad told us that in order to have change, dissatisfaction must be met in proportionate to the percentage of change that you're trying to reach. If you only got 1% dissatisfaction, you will never change shit in your life. If you 99% dissatisfied, then you have a 99% chance of changing the paradigm by taking control of your own personal power. Right? So this is how everything is connected. All people that's existing right now is the focal consciousness in the unified field theory that's collapsing the wave into the particles that's becoming the building blocks of this construct that we call atomic development. The atoms are all made of light at their source, and the light came forth and proceeds from triple darkness. And you have to have that chaos of disorder in order for you to bring order in. And that's what the lodges, they got the term, it's called fiat lux, right? Which fiat is a decree, lux mean light. So you order, decree, light. And you can decree the light by understanding how to talk with the light code. Once you learn how to talk with the light code, you can activate the other beings to have their light codes activated to support you in activating the light codes in others, because now we reaching back to each other in agreement to continue to collapse the wave into the particle of the current three-dimensional reality. Nothing is new under the sun, right? And nothing is new above it either. And nothing is new inside of it. Therefore, the sun can only do what it do best, shine like a motherfucker. And as long as the sun is shining, Luna will reciprocate at night by reflecting that shiny light in 28-day cycles. And between the 28-day cycles, we have the Lilith moon cycle, or the old crone called the dark mother cycle, which gives us the most potent forms of magic that the woman can harness, called Big Mama magic. Big Mama magic only can be done by a matriarch that has a huge family that she loved with so much force that that love energy creates a bubble around her of divine mother instinct that make other mothers come to her to learn how to reach their next level of motherhood. The title of mother is the highest honor a woman can have, and the title of father is the greatest job that a man can ever ask for, right? And they're not supposed to be at odds in performing that job, because both of them are required in order for the best job to be performed to its maximum capacity to benefit the child that they're raising, right? And sometimes it requires surrogate parents. The surrogate parent is the parents who come in to assist the new spouse or whatever as if they was the original, without taking no difference between any of the other seeds, right? You're supposed to treat all children like they belong to you and that you love them. And this is how you conquer the doctrines of the hate, right? So now we know how it all connected. We just have to learn how to translate and read how it'll all play out. All right, so Zuri, you ready to come up, sweetie? You want to come up and ask me something? Put me a yay or nay in the comments so I can know what to do next. Zuri, 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 Zuri. No, Trump still, he's been the president since he got elected as president. The Biden administration is a fallacy. It's a show. Um, it's a show to keep the military operations secret while it won't make people panic about the global scale of conflict that we work in. It's so the whole Biden administration is a whole theatrical performance scripted straight out of Hollywood. I don't know what this is, but it does not give me the option to invite you in like it normally do. Let me try something different. Yeah, I try to save all of my lives, Chris Faith. I'm they supposed to stay in the public domain until we have results. Okay, that didn't work. Let me try something else. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find